The Defence Force says it has no issue with the wearing of Muslim headscarves. The SANDF, however, says it has strict policies in ensuring workers look professional. It says workers are able to wear underscarves. Muslim Army Major Fatima Isaacs is facing 2 charges for refusing to remove her headscarf at work. Her matter is before a military court in Cape Town.
Between the SANDF and the Muslim Judicial Council, which is a constituent body, religious body on religious issues, we have come to an agreement that does not impede the policy of the South African National Defence Force when it comes to the dress of the SANDF. Members of the SANDF on this issue have agreed with the Muslim Judicial Council that they can wear what we call the underscarf. That underscarf will not impede the professional image of the SANDF dress, and it will not even impeach this military culture that we protect.
Well, for some perspective on this, Muslim Judicial Council General Secretary Sheikh Talib joins us live from our Cape Town studio. Sheikh, good evening. Thank you very much for your time. Just very, very briefly, just give us a background to where this all started.
Thank you, View, for the opportunity, and good evening to your listeners. Yes, this all started about 2 years ago when Major Fatima Isaacs approached the officers of the MJC to talk about challenges that she was facing at the SANDF 2 military hospital in Wynberg. Since then we've been in regular contact, and the MJC had engaged the Chaplain General as well as some of the other senior officials to see if we could sort out this particular challenge that Major Fatima Isaacs and other Muslim females have been facing in the SANDF in terms of obviously the dress code and the wearing of the headscarf for Muslim females.
So, I mean, in the 3 years...
Yes, so I'm saying that it started at...
Yes, in the 3 years... what has happened? What has been the attitude of the SANDF to finding some kind of a resolution to this? Why has it taken so long to come to what we're going to talk about next, which is the intervention? I mean, the agreement that was reached this week.
Well, we understand and respect that there are certain processes that needs to be followed within the SANDF, and I have to admit that over the last couple of months it's been an extremely good learning experience also for us in terms of the processes that needs to be followed within the SANDF. So we had written regular correspondence to the Chaplain General as well as other senior members within SANDF over this period of time, you said about 2-3 years, in which we have received correspondence from them as well. We have sat around the table many a times to discuss this particular issue. Also, the Muslim Judicial Council is the advisory board or panel with regards to Muslims and Muslim affairs for the SANDF. So we've been enjoying this particular relationship for about 5 years, if not more than 5 years. So it's not strange for us to sit around the table and to talk to the Chaplain General as well as other senior officials within SANDF with regards to matters that concern Muslims and Muslim service people within the South African National Defence Force.
What in this particular instance, the issue of Major Fatima Isaacs, what were the issues that the South African National Defence Force was putting on the table? What was at stake here?
Well, obviously, they are very protective of their laws and their policies within the SANDF, and that all service people need to adhere to very, very strictly. We understand that they have a strict code of conduct and a disciplinary code and all of those things. However, when it comes to Major Fatima Isaacs and other Muslim females within the SANDF who wishes to be more practicing Muslim individuals, they obviously raise these particular issues with us. I mean, this conversation is not a new conversation for us and the SANDF. We proactively try to engage the South African National Defence Force and to find solutions for the challenge that Major Fatima Isaacs is currently experiencing, as well as other females before her. Also some of the challenges that Muslim males face within the SANDF. So we have discussed with him an array of issues over a number of years, and we hope and we pray and we're confident that we will find a working solution for everybody involved, inshallah, God willing.
So what happened this week, because from what Monwabisi Chamangile told us, you've come to an agreement that means that she and other people in her position can wear underscarves. Suddenly there's an acceptance that that will not impede the professional image of the South African National Defence Force.
Yes, that is correct. We have reached this particular interim relief, as it is termed, for Major Fatima Isaacs and other Muslim females to wear what is called the underscarf or the onderdoekie, and it would not, as we explained there, it would not actually taint the image of the South African National Defence Force. However, we have, as part of the ultimate goal, that we would like Muslim females to wear a proper hijab within the SANDF, and we have even proposed some examples of what it could look like should they have the will to actually implement some of that and some of those advices that we have given them.
Well, I mean, this is something I said right at the beginning of the program. The reason we draft constitutions is to ensure that those who are in power don't abuse it. And the charge, I mean, for me is very interesting. Willful defiance and disobeying a lawful command. Was that issue explored further in the conversations that you and the SANDF had?
Yes, most definitely. There is no way that any government structure or any structure in this particular country can operate above the constitution of this particular country. And as such, it is the right of Major Fatima Isaacs and every other female who wishes to express her religious convictions that they have the right to do so under the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. So we are not going to compromise at all on that. Therefore, I said it is part of our end goal that we actually have a policy change happening within the SANDF that would make it more in line with the Constitution of this beautiful country of ours. That is a non-negotiable, and something that we won't actually go back on. That is the ultimate goal. We are working towards that. So we've accepted even the terminology that the wearing of the underscarf is an interim measure, an interim relief as well, in order for us to ultimately reach that particular goal.
Have they made that undertaking that they will have to actually revise what is currently provided for in their rule book? Because, I mean, it is a constitutional issue, isn't it?
Yes, most definitely. Therefore, I'm saying that policy change will have to happen in the SANDF and the other government structures as well, whether it be SAPS or the Navy or any of them. They have the policy makers and writers and so on, and they have to engage the current policies and how that actually compares or fits in with the Constitution and the Bill of Rights as it is explained and written in great detail. So we are prepared to engage and to continue to engage the SANDF and other government structures in order to achieve that particular objective and to ensure that the rights of whether it be Major Fatima Isaacs or any other female, that their constitutional rights are met and afforded to them.
Sheikh Talib, thank you very much for your time this evening. He is the Muslim Judicial Council's General Secretary. A rather bizarre story that has been going on for 3 years, where SANDF Army Major Fatima Isaacs faced charges for refusing to remove her headscarf at work, even though previously she had actually been given permission, and it was also accepted that the headscarf in no way actually changes how things are or how women should wear in the SANDF. A story no doubt we haven't heard the end of. Coming up